This is Ms.FitVegan podcast, episode 32. So every single week at noon Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays, I go live to do an amazing show. It's called the Raw Misfits Show. Every Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time. I do it with my friend Matt from myrawintuition.com. And I wanted to, because there's no rules. Oh God, I tried to do Matt's accent and now I'm all fucked up. I can't talk. Because there's no rules on this podcast, I decided to do whatever I want. And I love it. So I'm going to answer some questions that you guys sent in to me for my weekly show. I'm going to answer them here. And then I'm going to ask Matt his answers on Sunday. So this week, the show is on Sunday, but I swear to the fruit gods, it is always every Saturday at noon. But just this week, we had to make it Sunday. So let me answer some questions. I got a lot of questions this week. I always do, and I appreciate you guys, and I love you, and thank you for asking my advice. I mean, the thing is, I'm not an expert on anything besides being a fruity goddess, so it's hard to give you guys a definitive answer that's going to work for you, but I can share what has worked for me and share my experience and opinion, and the things that I've learned over my researching for the last 37 years. And Awa always hates when I say that, because she hates me so much when I say that kind of stuff, like my whole life or 37 years, because she's like, oh, so when you were 6 months old, you were researching about fruit? You know what I mean? Okay, first question. I've already fucked up. Mr. Pramoxi asked, what's better for you, maple syrup or agave? Okay, so I would say that maple syrup is better because agave spikes our blood sugar, and it is actually 2 steps away from being tequila. Okay, if you didn't know that, agave is what they make tequila out of. And agave is highly, highly processed. So is maple syrup. But I believe in the grand scheme of things, maple syrup is a healthier solution. Personally, when I have maple syrup, it doesn't make me break out. Agave does. And because I'm so sensitive, because I've done so many colonics and I've been eating a raw vegan lifestyle for over 11 years now. Sorry, I was texting me. We live in the same house, but she's texting me. Amazing. Okay, but focus, Jeanette. So maple syrup. Plus, I think maple syrup has some benefits, okay? Especially if you get the high quality, grade A, organic, really, really high quality one. Like the dark, make sure it's in glass, make sure it's dark, and grade A. Agave is scum. And I know it's a plant, but it is highly processed. And also, coffee's a plant too. So let's not say all plants are good. But agave for sure I will not eat. And it's not raw. There's no such thing as raw agave. Just like cashews, there's no such thing as raw cashews. But we digress. Number 2, Amisha asked, do you have any recommendations on good foods for adrenal glands and adrenal fatigue? Like any particular fruit that helps for that? Okay, so I already answered her privately, but let me tell you guys that it is what you do not eat that heals you. It is what you do not eat that heals you. So no fruit, no vegetable, and personally, I don't believe any herb is going to heal you. It may help, yes, but the healing is done by the body, by the incredibly magical force that is the body. And so what I recommended to Amisha is that you stay away from anything that has caffeine in it. So if you have adrenal fatigue, it is crucial that you do not consume any cacao, that you do not consume any coffee, that you do not consume any matcha green tea or yerba mate or latte, fate, bate, whatever has caffeine in it. Stay away from it, okay? Caffeine is going to further destroy your adrenal glands, and your adrenals are tired. They need rest. They need nature. They need the sun. They need fun, okay? They need relaxation. They need orgasms, okay? You need to have, ladies, I'm going to do a whole episode on this. Ladies, you need to have at minimum 1 orgasm a month. Now, if you are not sure if you've ever had an orgasm, because apparently there's a study that says that like 60% of all women have never orgasmed during sex or something like that. If you don't know if you've had an orgasm yet, that means you haven't had an orgasm yet. Let's do another episode on that. It's very important for your health, your adrenals. It's very important. And yeah, prioritize sleep and prioritize getting off your phone. You need to get off your phone at least an hour before bed, because that really is going to affect you. It's going to affect the quality and the quantity of your sleep. Okay. Number 3, Bill asked, hey, are lectins a real thing that we would worry about when it comes to eating a plant-based diet, or is that just some bullshit they made up to try and scare people? Well, I'm definitely going to ask Matt this, because he's smarter than me and will explain it better than me. But how I can explain it in a simple way is yes. There is a lot of bullshit out there. There's a lot of false information, okay? Similar to the whole soy increases your estrogen. This is absolute bullshit, okay? You know what increases your estrogen? Cow's milk, because it comes from a mom, a cow, a female cow. She's full of female DNA, okay? And so the real truth of it is that there's a lot of misinformation out there, because Big Pharma is counting on you to be fooled, to get sick, and then need them, okay? That's the damn truth. Let's move on before I go into a tangent about the sick society that we live in. Number 4, Karina asked, Jeanette, can you tell us why you never go into swimming pools? Okay, so I do not go into swimming pools because I live on the beach. So why would I do that? And furthermore, the reason is because our skin is our largest organ of elimination, okay? Our largest organ of elimination. And so because our skin is constantly eliminating things, you have to understand that it's also absorbing things. There's billions of pores on your skin. Billions. That's crazy, right? Bill Gates, billions, baby. And so I personally am very sensitive, and I do not want poison and toxins in my body. Swimming pools are full of toxic chemicals like chlorine and God only knows what else, fluoride, and who knows, and you're bathing in it. And so I highly recommend you do not go into swimming pools. If you must, I don't know if this works, but this is what I used to do in Brooklyn because I really wanted to swim. So I joined a gym, Chelsea Piers, which is like the best gym in the world. And I met, what's his name? Colin Kaepernick? The guy with he was kneeling in the thing, and football player. Colin Kaepernick? Yeah, that's his name. I met him there. And I also met, guys, I met Ringo Starr at the fucking gym. Anyway, okay, so that's New York for you, though. Okay, so swimming pools are toxic. Please don't go in them. If you have to go in them, what I used to do is I used to put coconut oil all over my body. I don't know. In my head, maybe I read that somewhere, but in my head, it kind of protected me a little bit. I don't know. That's probably not true. It probably didn't protect me, but Chlorine is terrible for you, and you will see after you get out of the pool, your eyes might be bloodshot red because you've been swimming in poison, and it's just not a good idea. Please reconsider going into swimming pools. And I'm going to ask Matt, and I'm sure he knows way more about that than me as well, because he's better than me in every way. Okay, let's move on. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. I didn't title them. I didn't number them. Marco asked, do you have any tips to gain weight? Yeah, I would say eat. Probably you should eat more. I mean, that's a hard question for me to answer because I can gain weight like that, baby. Okay. And I'm not happy about it, but I've accepted it that if I want to be 500 pounds, give me a week. Okay. Give me a motherfucking week. And I don't even need to eat unhealthy food. All I need to do is double up on my dressing, put a whole avocado in my salad every night, eat durian, make Gatorade. Okay. Put 20 dates in a blender with water, with a bunch, like 64 ounces of water and 20 dates. Dude, you're going to gain weight in no time. And hey, if you can't gain weight, that's an absorption issue. And I highly recommend you get a colonic. Okay. Colonics are great for people that can't gain weight and people that want to lose weight. Okay. Because both issues are one and the same, to be honest. They slightly differ, but both are absorption issues. And also, it's really important to understand that gaining weight and losing weight is mostly hormonal. It really doesn't have much to do with what you're eating if you're eating a healthy vegan diet. Yeah, if you're eating donuts and candy and cookies and pasta and cake and animal products and fried food, yeah, you're going to gain weight. But if you give all that up and you just eat healthy, but you still can't lose weight or you still can't gain weight, even though you're eating an abundance of calories, then it's an absorption issue and perhaps a hormonal issue. Perhaps you want to get your blood test taken and you want to check your hormones and your thyroid and your adrenal glands. And, losing weight has a lot to do with sleep as well. Oh, the question was how to gain weight. Sorry. So I'd recommend avocados, nuts, seeds. Put hemp seeds in your smoothies. Put lots of nuts in your dressings. Just don't do cashews. They're toxic. Make your own almond milk. Have avocado every single day. Have lots and lots of calories. Put lots of dates in your smoothies and your dressings and your smoothie bowls. And, eat. Next question. But of course, listen, I'm biased and bitter because I easily gain weight. Easily. And that's an affirmation that I need to stop. That I want to stop. Erica asked, hi, Jeanette. I really enjoy your page and all the info you share. Thank you so much, Erica. I appreciate that. I wanted to ask if you could explain more about your gravity colonic experience. I live in LA and found a place to do it, but I'm kind of nervous about going through with it. More info and any tips, advice, and suggestions would be great to know. Okay, I'm going to go into more detail of this on Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time, live on Instagram, and I think we're going live on YouTube as well. So stay tuned for that. But tips and tricks and advice. Okay, so I would highly recommend that before your colonic, you do not eat or drink anything. You can drink little sips of water, but don't drink a smoothie and certainly don't eat anything the day of. Afterwards, I always like to recommend you have either fresh coconut water or freshly made organic celery juice or any type of fresh juice, fresh organic juice, and you slowly sip it afterwards. Don't eat afterwards for at least, I would say, an hour, just for everything to settle down. Colonics are one of the things that I recommend to anyone and everyone, no matter how old you are, no matter in what shape you're in, no matter what health you're in, no matter what you're eating. You need a colonic because colonics are the only way to get the Sorry, people are texting me. I got distracted. To get the old, rotting, decaying fecal matter out of your colon. Your large intestine is impacted, boo. And you need that shit out, literally. So what I recommend is you check out a gravity method colonic. And if you cannot find one in your area, DM this guy on Instagram. His name is Everyday Detox. Mike Perrine. He's amazing. He's one of my good friends, and I love him, and he will be more than happy to recommend somebody if he knows of a referral in your area. Mike Perrine, Everyday Detox on Instagram. And another great resource to know is Gil Jacobs. Gil Jacobs is a master at his craft. I'm obsessed with anyone doing what they were born to do. I'm obsessed. Seriously, I love to study them, watch what they do, and just, I love them. So Gil Jacobs is one of those guys. Gil Jacobs. Check him out on YouTube. He doesn't have a big presence on social media, but he's been a colon hydrotherapist for the past 30 years, and he is a gem of a human being. And listen, I don't enjoy human beings too much, so if I say somebody's a gem, you better fucking believe he is. Those are my tips and tricks. I don't have many more because it's not a big procedure. It's not a big deal. You don't go to sleep. And yes, it's slightly unnatural to put a tube up your butt and have water shoved in your butt and water coming out of your butt. But you know what's also unnatural? The shit that we ate. The shit that we ate is very unnatural. So sometimes we need to use unnatural methods to remove unnatural foods. It's not my fault. It is what it is. I also want you to relax after having a colonic. Sorry. I want you to relax after having a colonic because you're not only releasing old decaying fecal matter, but you're also releasing trauma and emotions and anger and sadness that is stuck in your cells. Okay? And so it can be very cathartic? Yeah. And it can be a spiritual experience. I certainly had a very powerful experience after my first colonic. So good luck. I love you. And I already answered her privately too. So I told her a lot more. I'm really tired. I don't know why I'm not sleeping. It's crazy because I work for myself. Okay. And I can go to bed whenever I want and I can wake up whenever I want. But yet I don't seem to care about sleep. And it's got to stop. It's got to change because I'm exhausted. Why am I recording this podcast when I could be sleeping? I don't know. I just don't know anymore. I think I just don't value sleep as much as I want to or should, but I'm really tired. And I don't know why I do this to myself. Let's move on with the next question. Anna asked, Jeanette, what can I do to help with menopause? Okay. Great question, Anna. So adrenal burnout is the true cause of menopausal symptoms, okay? You most likely have menopausal symptoms because your adrenal glands have to make hormones and they have been under stress for years and years and years and they are exhausted. They are exhausted. Menopause doesn't just suddenly happen overnight, okay? It takes 40 plus years for your adrenal glands to finally become completely, extremely exhausted, most likely due to stress that you have put your body under. And when I say stress, I'm not just talking about the esoterical stress that everybody talks about. No, I'm talking about the food that you're eating, the caffeine you might be drinking, the cigarettes you might be smoking, the alcohol you might be consuming, the water you might be consuming, the lack of oxygen you might be having, the lack of exercise, the lack of lymphatic drainage you might be having. So every time there's stress in your life, okay, it constricts your blood flow. And let me just tell you right now, your brain is very, very trainable. And it may have been changed, okay, over the years by adrenal stress, okay? And so now we need to reprogram your brain. I want you to do this by... Okay, you're going to do this by doing things that help you deal with stress in a healthy way. So eating lots of juicy, ripe, organic, delicious fruit. Have some veggies too, but mostly fruit. Do some yoga. Yoga is amazing. You don't have to be crazy. You don't have to do Bikram yoga like me. You can do yin yoga. You can do restorative yoga. You can do Vin to Yin, which is one of my absolute favorites. You can do anything you want. There's so much free yoga on the internet. You just go to YouTube and you type in yoga. Personally, I love yoga with Cassandra. Yoga with Adrienne is a great one too because she's good for beginners. 5 Parks Yoga is great. Yoga with Tim is great. Boho Beautiful is great. There's so much free yoga. So I recommend checking out one of those. Dancing is great. Affirmations are great. Breathing, EFT tapping is great. Prioritizing sleep, getting into nature, all these things will help you with your adrenals and with menopause. And just please know, it took 40 years for you to get into menopause. It's not going to take 4 days for you to get out of it, but you can. You absolutely can. You know, we women, we are not supposed to be experiencing menopause. That's a lie. That's a myth. Okay? And we're supposed to be glowing and in our sexual prime when we are in our mid 40s and 50s and even 60s and 70s. Okay? Like, I don't believe in this, in the mainstream narrative. I don't trust everything that just because everyone believes it doesn't mean it's true. And just because everyone's doing something doesn't make it right. And just because nobody's doing something doesn't make it wrong. So heads up on that. And those are the questions for this week. All right. Well, that was interesting. I'm going to ask Matt all these questions as well. So please tune in for the Raw Misfits show every single Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time. Right now it's on Instagram Live, but we also post it on YouTube. Perhaps we may be moving to a different platform, maybe YouTube Live very soon, because Instagram can suck my raw vegan dick. A lot of technical difficulties, so Instagram has been getting on my motherfucking nerves lately, and for years, to be honest. Hawa always jokes that she needs a therapist for the shit that Instagram has put her under. Because, you know, the more content you make, the more you realize this app is created to cause you to go insane. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I just wanted to remind you that you are amazing and you're doing the best you can, and that's all you need to do. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, boo.